Hey and welcome to our tutorial. Today I will show you how to create this Penrose Triangle inside Microsoft Word using 3D cubes. And really I was thinking about making the real Penrose Triangle, and I thought maybe if I use 3D cubes it will be much easier. Turns out it's true. If I use 3D cubes it's just a matter of minutes to create this shape. So this is a Penrose Triangles. Here is, two more examples, and let's start with a blank document and create it on our own. So we need to start with a 3D cube. In order to create a 3D cube we need to extrude a sample rectangle. So I will select insert new shapes being a rectangle, and I will draw it with the shift key being pressed just so it's not a rectangle but a square instead. Then I will right click, select format shape, and I have to make this 3D. So in the effects ribbon I will open the 3D rotation and open the presets, and this is probably outside of the video, so what I can do also is I can open the format ribbon, and in the shape effects I will open the 3D rotation properties, and I will select one of those isometric views. I can select really any of those, left, right, top or bottom. I will probably go with the right one. Then I have to add the extrusion, and I will do the extrusion by just increasing the depth to some bigger value. So I will start increasing this until I will get a nice looking cube. And what I'm really looking for is to make sure that this point in the middle is on the same X position as the top point. So what I can do is I can insert a new shape being the line, and just use this line as a guideline to make sure everything is aligned. However, this time I want to be as precise as possible. So what I can do is I can right click this shape, select more layout options, and the size I will make this some integer number like 2 centimeters or inches or whatever units we are using. And then I have to figure out the extrusion depth. Now you can see the size is in centimeters or inches, but the extrusion is actually in points. So I have to do some conversion. So I will simply type in inside Google 2 centimeters 2 points. I will get this number, or I can type in 2 inches 2 points. Of course, I will just use this number in the Word document for the extrusion, and I should get a nice looking cube, which seems like a cube, so that's fine. The next step will be changing the line and the fill. I guess I don't need any line, so I'll select no line for the line, and for the fill I may go with the default purple one. And the next step is to just play with the material and lighting settings, and it's just really a trial and error. I will probably stick with the default material, but I will change lighting maybe to this balance one, and I'm looking for some lighting where there is kind of hint of 3D. No side is being like a black or pure black, and hopefully the main light is coming from the top, so the top part is mostly lit while one of those sides is darker and the other one is even darker. I guess I like this 310 degrees for the lighting rotation. I may change material to a little bit more contrastic one like the plastic. Okay, so once we have the material figured out, I will just start copying this shape, and what I will do is I will maybe do it the other way around. I will start like in the bottom left corner, and I will copy, move it to the top, and I will do this 3 more times. So I have 4 shapes, and when I have 4 shapes kind of local spacing in the very same with the same gaps, I will move to the right side. So I'll copy paste this, move it to the align to the right side. Again, do this 3 times, so I have 4 cubes. And the trick right now is to stick to the left side, which kind of doesn't make sense because we will try to connect the sides which are not really shouldn't be connected together. But that's the point of Penrose Triangle. Now as you can see, we've come to the point where this bottom cube should be below this left bottom cube. So if I just right click and select bring to front, this top bottom part left bottom part looks fine, but there is something wrong in here because we have to still keep moving things to the top, which is obviously not possible because there will always be some cube which will be below the other one. So what we have to do is we have to somehow split this cube into 2 different parts. We want this cube to be without the top part, without this top part. So what I can do is I can try to define a gradient fill for this cube and try to get rid of one of those sides. So I will switch from solid fill to gradient fill, but I will not use any kind of gradient. Actually all the colors in the gradient will have the same color. that will be our purple. So I will set the purple for, actually for this one I will start with this gradient so you can see what's going on, maybe going from black to purple. And as you can see, with the default setting being the linear and 90 degrees, it goes from top to bottom. Now watch what happens when I decrease or increase the transparency of this black stub. So if I start increasing the transparency, you know, the top part will get more and more transparent until it will be, you know, hidden. So what I can do is I can keep this at 100% or maybe 99%, move it to like 3%, then I will just duplicate this stub. So no transparency, being violet color. Of course I have to set the first color to be violet as well. And 100% transparency. So this is 100% transparency, this is fully opaque, and this is fully opaque as well. So what we are getting are just two sides, not the top one. And I really don't need this to be the very same size. You can see it's a little bit smaller just because of the gradient, but what I really need to do is to cover just part of this. So I will move this to the back so it's below this top one, and I will use our new like a fake cube with just two sides and place it in here, so it will be covering those bottom shapes. And immediately you can see I'm getting a nice Penrose triangle. You know, the spacing is a little bit wrong, so maybe I can, you know, spend a little bit of time to make sure that the spacing is right, like this. Okay, that looks much better. Or I can do a few different tricks how to make the spacing right. Maybe in the next step I will try to make this Penrose triangle with more shapes and show few ways how to make the spacing right. So I will zoom out. You can actually see that there is something wrong with our cube, so I have to probably move this from 3% to even more to the right so it disappears like this. I will select the selection pane, select objects. I will move all those objects to the left so I have some space on the right side. Then I will zoom back in and I will just copy this 5 times or so, like this. Now you can see it's called Penrose Triangle just because it's triangle, so I guess we can use a default triangle, which is this whatever it's called triangle. If I hold the shift key, it will draw a triangle where all the sides have the same length, which is actually what we want. I will rotate it by 90 degrees by holding the shift key, send this to back, and I will try to, you know, make it the same size as I've just drawn my cubes, like this. Then I will position the first cube and the last cube in the row to be, you know, matching the outline of the triangle like this. Then I will select all the cubes, and in the align drop down menu I will select the distribute horizontally first and then vertically. Then I will continue with the other line, so I will select the last cube and again duplicate it 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I will make sure that the last one is being aligned with the triangle. Select all the cubes in the row, again distribute horizontally and vertically. And I will finish with the left line. You can see the word is trying to stick with the first, you know, character in the document, so it's going to the left top corner. So maybe if I just add few more tabs in here, it will not try to, you know, randomly change the view. Okay, so that should be fine. I will zoom in and duplicate this cube a few more times. So 1, 2, 3. Select all of the cubes in the left row, and I will just distribute this vertically, I guess. I will move those two to the bottom, send to back. I don't need this triangle, so I can either hide it or just send it to back for now. And I only need one more thing, which is the like a fake cube from the left triangle. So I will just copy paste it and move it to this spot, so it's covering the bottom 2 cubes. I will get rid of this triangle, zoom out, and voila, we have a nice looking Penrose triangles inside Microsoft Word, done with 3D cubes in almost no time. And that's it. Thanks for watching.